And if you want your house clean, hire me a maid.
No.
I'm not a slave.
No. I agree. I'll hire the maid and I'll marry the maid.
He said the right thing. He said the right thing. Don't worry about it. If you can't do the job, I'll just go get somebody else. These modern women are too comfortable, way too comfortable overstating their value. If you don't want to do the job, just say that. If you can't cook, just tell me now up front before I give you the ring. If you can't clean, if you don't know how to do that, if you don't want to raise children, just let me know up front. If you don't want to be a woman, just say that.
I got a question. So I posted that I am a 44-year-old mother of 10. What does it matter how many babies' fathers I have? I'm glad I didn't stick with one, because if I had one baby daddy, then that means all my kids would have been fucked. And it's the reason why I have different, because when they start up, they gotta go. Or if they happen to go to jail, I'm not gonna sit there and wait. I have to do. If they were good to me, then yes, I might have waited. But other than that, no. If they was out cheating before they went to jail, then that's where they needed to be at, and that was my cue to get away.
Here they are, modern women. They gonna tell you something stupid every single time. I've got 10 kids. People would be right to ask, how many baby daddies? Because it can't be. It's not likely to be from one. So the point I think they're trying to get at is, how irresponsible have you been? And you have the nerve. Modern women have a nerve to have an attitude when somebody says you've been out here moving real irresponsibly. It'd be one thing if all your stuff was to the side, couldn't nobody see what you was doing. But modern women are out here flamboyant, just out here, just letting everybody know. And then when somebody calls them out for it, then it's a problem.
I don't like just bad. You gotta be bad and feminine. I like a bold clothes, run my water, cook, iron my clothes. You do that, you got me. Oh, you got me. You treat me like my mama. I like a feminine woman. Yeah. I don't like no get fresh and just get fresh, look in the mirror like me and ready to go. Yep. I like a bitch come in that bitch and put a wet towel on my head. I like a feminine woman. It's nothing like a feminine woman. That's what you missing in a woman. That feminine, rub your feet against my feet in the bed. I love that. Man. Don't sleep way over there. I wish you would sleep way over there.
And it's crazy to me how you have a lot of these celebrities saying the same exact thing over and over again. That should let you know that at a base level, men naturally want the same thing. There might be differences in, well, I like my woman to look like this. There are some dudes out there that I've seen that will allow their woman to wear more skimpy clothes, even though it's not for me, even though it ain't for me. But what I will say is she needs to be feminine. She needs to be fit. I mean, that's why I like what I'm looking at. She needs to be friendly, not contentious, helping me out, working with me. When you go into a room when I'm doing my business, help me out. Don't work against me. I'm out here making money. I'm hustling. I'm grinding. Jump in. Help me. I want to grind. That's at the base level. That's it.
We've all heard the question, what are you bringing to the table? For years. So when they're asking this question to women, they are not asking for the same reasons. Men do not care what you have in your purse. They are asking, what kind of woman are you? Now that this question is being posed to women, it is exposing all of the women who really have no real character, because that's why they're upset. He just wants to know, are you agreeable? Are you peaceful? Do you like to cook? Can you keep a clean house? Do you want children? How do you feel about family? Do you involve people in your relationships? Do you go toe to toe with your men? How is your mouth when you're in an argument?
Honestly, can I trust you with my kids? Is what a lot of men are going to ask. I mean, let me say that's what they're thinking. Can I trust you with my family? Because while I'm out working and doing things, I'm counting on you to be the one to be able to nurture them. I'm going to come home and I'm going to instill a lot of lessons. They're going to have daddy time. But there's something about a mom that she can put her touch on children and really help them to be social and raise them from an aspect of this is a different side of the world. Your father is masculine. He handles problems and he sees the world this way. Now, when he sends you over to me, or when I have you, I'm going to teach you some different ways on how to handle conflict. Maybe a softer approach. Maybe in some instances, a wiser approach, more cunning. That can get people when maybe an iron fist that a man has doesn't work. I'm going to teach you different techniques of negotiation, the art of following your intuition, using your gut whenever you need to, not always trusting in your gut, not always trusting in logic, but using your emotion sometimes and saying, okay, with my logic and my emotion, how do I make the best decision? That's using both sides of who you are as a person. And if you can't do that, if you come in talking about, well, you know me, you know your girl is strong and independent, I don't need a man, you're going to teach my child the same thing that I would teach my child. And that is, this is how you make it in the world on your own, should you have to. If you can find somebody that's going the same way that you're going, by all means. If it's mutually beneficial for the both of you, by all means. Now, when a woman comes in talking about the same thing, I was like, well, I'm already doing that. That job is already filled. I don't need to fill it. What I need you for? That's when a modern woman goes back and says they're intimidated. They don't like strong, independent women. No, the position is already taken. So what are you going to be bringing to the table that's different, that complements what's already here? There's no reason for you to bring mashed potatoes, and I already have mashed potatoes on the table. Well, my mashed potatoes are better. It doesn't matter. I don't need more mashed potatoes. My mashed potatoes have kosher salt. Yours only have Himalayan sea salt. Yours have salt with bacon. I don't care if it had cilantro. It's still mashed potatoes. It's great, fantastic, it's good. But we already have mashed potatoes. What is another dish that you're going to be bringing? Well, I don't like a man that bring mashed potatoes. Okay, you bring the mashed potatoes, I'll bring the steak. No, I want to bring the steak. What are you doing differently that's not already being done? What role are you taking on in this family that's not already taken on? Is what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to ask you. Stop acting ignorant.
Maturing as a woman is realizing when your man is challenging you to be a better person, it's not an attack. It's an act of love.
I find it so funny when people got their hair or makeup done. They real quiet. They very incognito. We don't even see them walking with their head down. Soon as they get their hair and makeup done, they walking around talking shop and shit. You look like Tony Schnell without your makeup. And I know y'all don't know who that is. Go Google him. He's like the second ugliest NBA. Sam Cassell being number one. If you cannot walk outside naturally, you're not a bad bitch if you're not a bad naturally, respectfully. If you can't go in your bathroom, use a washcloth with some facial cleanser, followed by some moisturizer, with a little bit of lip gloss on, getting dressed and walking out your house feeling the confidence you could ever be, then you're not a bad bitch. A lot of y'all look like without makeup, always talk about what y'all want from you are and you can get it yourself. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. That's you. What y'all talking about? Like, and then y'all be coming on my page talking about me. My hair ain't never done. I'm not wearing a fake and all of that shit every day, bro. That's not me. First of all, I'm a tomboy. That's not even me. I love putting my hair in a regular bun and keep it pushing because I could do that and I could bag 15.
Every time I see her, she's always going hard on women. My God. But I guess the women are going hard on her. She's going back and forth. You know, them ladies from New York, they don't play. They don't play. They always make time. Even if they don't have it, they make time for this type of stuff.
So somebody said that providers are going to be more controlling. Yeah, probably goes with the territory for two reasons. One, a provider can probably get any woman he wants. So why would he want a typical woman that's for the streets? He's not going to go for that. He wants to upgrade, okay? A woman that like to be at home, okay? A mature, calm woman that ain't into running the streets no more, if she ever was. Second of all, if you're making that kind of investment in a person, you like to protect your investment. You can't protect your investment with some wild woman out in the streets, want to go on girls trips and put all her business on live and on the gram. You cannot. That's your investment, walking around doing some wild shit. You can't put up with that. So you women who want a provider, y'all ain't ready. Y'all are not ready because you want to be out in the streets. So just be out in the streets. Don't worry about it. Save all the providers for me, okay? Because all I want is to be at home with a glass of champagne in my hand, you know, cooking my family some lobster tails and some filet mignon and an apron and nothing else. Okay, you can't cook naked. Okay, an apron and some heels. Okay, so y'all already know how I feel about girls trips. That ain't happening. I don't want brunches. I don't want nights out. I don't want to bar hop with my girls. I don't have no girls. I don't even have any daughters. That's how much I don't like hanging out with girls. Give me a provider any day. Thank you.
Pretty much it. Pretty much it. This is what men are looking for. And I think she might be probably in her mid-40s, right? And if she's saying this in her mid-40s, I'm hoping that it's going to reach the women at right around her age and the younger ladies. Don't be out there in the street doing all that stuff. Now, I understand people make mistakes. You might find somebody that you love and that's your first true love, and maybe you get out of that relationship and you're heartbroken, so you find a rebound and whatever is going on, right? I get it. I understand it. I ain't going to chop you down too much. But what I am going to say is there's a lot of modern women that are totally irresponsible. Totally irresponsible when you get to racking up just for the fun of it. Like, you're not even hurt. You're just in the phase. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just doing it because I can. That's not funny to men. That's not funny to provider men. They want something that's nice. That's not nice. Something that's feminine. That's not feminine. That's weird behavior. Stop doing that.
The 80-20 rule in marriage is why you cannot get me up off my husband. I'm sorry. So the rule says that the person you marry probably has 80% of everything you're desirous of. And that 20% is probably where they fall short. They have annoying habits. They may be forgetful. Whatever it is that grinds your gears about your partner. And so sometimes what we do is convince ourselves that the grass is greener, and we find someone to complement and to make up for that 20% that we feel as though our partner is lacking. In this process, what we fail to realize is that this person only has 20% of what we're desirous of. So now you have ultimately been tricked out of your spot because you went with 20% instead of highlighting and focusing on the 80% that your husband or that your partner actually possesses. And don't get me wrong, stick to your non-negotiables, but the 20% is almost inevitable because us humans are imperfect. So there's going to be something that's not your favorite trait or your favorite habit. And God willing, if it's impacting your marriage in a negative way, it can be altered. But I know for a fact that 20% is never worth it. But me and my husband, I'm holding on for dear life to that 80%. I don't play. I gets down. I'm going to war behind mine. Do you hear me? I'm going to war behind my 80%. I do not play. I be doggone if the devil tricks me out of my 80% chasing 20. Like I said, he ain't perfect, but he's perfect for me. Thank you.
And this is what modern women be getting divorced for. That 20%. I found that 21%, that 20%, and he make me feel alive. He make me just in my loins. Girl, I be ready to drop. Shut your stupid behind up. Shut your stupid behind up. Modern women, the only women I know that will leave behind the majority of stuff that they were looking for to have a thrill, the minority of the time, a small percentage of the time. It's not even a close to majority. Most of the time, I'm doing horribly. I'm feeling bad. I hate this man. 20% of the time, I love him. He's great. I want to do anything for him. That's the way you want to spend your next 20, 30, 40 years? Modern women logic.
Listen, you can cook for him, you can clean for him, you can be his mommy, but none of that matters. What matters most is if you're loyal. Do you respect him? Do you appreciate him? Do you truly tell him at the end of the day that you love him and mean it? That's what's most important. Anyone can be his maid.
Loyalty, respect. Loyalty and respect. Say it again for the ones in the back.
I'd like to say something because there's so many women that make this excuse that if their man does something, that's why they treat their man bad. Do you know how many mistakes we make as women our mood swings, our attitude, our treating our men like crap sometimes, our getting mad at him for liking pictures, always hounding him, never encouraging him. People make mistakes, and forgiveness is going to help your relationship be better. I'm not saying enable bad behavior. I'm not saying forgive a cheater or forgive a... Don't misconstrue my words. But if you keep treating your man like crap and expecting him to reward you for your mistakes, that's wild to me. I'm sorry, if you can't get past certain things and treat your partner with dignity, respect, and love, you don't deserve to be in a relationship. And a lot of you women will never understand what it's like to love somebody unconditionally. If you treat your partner like crap over a small mistake, I'm sorry, your behavior should not change. Every time you see that man, baby, you should still be sucking him up, loving him, and complimenting him. Come on, lady. That's
it. A man beat and messed up, giving her the wrong roses, and she flip out on him. Give him the silent treatment, want to kick him out the room. It's what these modern women do. This man fool around, don't get her the right bag for Christmas that her girl got, that she saw her friend got on Instagram or one of these social media sites. She flip out and want to break up with him. You got me a $10,000 engagement ring. What is this? This is garbage. I'm looking for at least 30K. I'm looking for at least, if you're hard up for cash, I'm looking for at least 25. But really, with your money and your salary, if you really love me, I want you to give me something that's about 50K, at least. That's what they be doing. They be putting these astronomical standards on men, so they have to be perfect. But when they make a mistake, then all of a sudden the man's supposed to let it go. Just understand me. Just understand that I'm human. Just understand that I'm just a girl. Shut your stupid behind up. Be just a girl and apologize. How about that? How about that? But you're not going to get a modern woman to do that because she don't like taking accountability.
I hated my healthy relationship. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Everything seemed extremely foreign to me. I even remember at the beginning of my relationship, I'm like, hey, there's a part of me inside that does not like you. And I said it with like a comical relief, but I was really serious. Like there was a part of me that did not like this person, did not like how he held me accountable. I did not like how he held a mirror to my face. I did not like how he created situations where I had to be at my full potential and I just was not ready to be my full potential at that moment.
There it is. Most of these modern women are not going to like a man that pushes them. They're not going to like a man that challenges them. What they will like is a man that gives them money and gets out of their face. A man that gives them the credit card to spend a whole bunch of money and then just walks out. They never really grow because that's not what they're looking for. They're not really looking to grow. That's why they're looking for and really what they call that, an ambitious man. I'm looking for a man with that has more than potential. I'm looking for an established man, a provider man, not just a rich man, but a generous man, a man that can take care of you. Basically, in so many words, he don't ask no questions. He just goes to work, treats you like a quote unquote princess, and what you mean to say is treat you like a child. So I have to buy you everything, have to spoon feed you, give in to your nagging. You want chicken nuggets tonight? You want chicken nuggets? Does my baby want chicken nuggets? That type of foolishness. Be held accountable, get better, and you'll have a better life.
I was at the gym. I was like, I ain't doing cardio today. I'm good. And in my spirit, I heard, is that the body you want to give your husband? Is that what I want him to have?
Is that the body I want to give my husband?
When you are loving from a whole place, there's a level of caretaking that I want to do for him. And it goes beyond cooking and cleaning, right? But when he walks home and he sees me, I want him to say, that's mine. I want him to be proud of what's waiting for him at home. So loving my body, caring for my body is also how I love you. That's a part of being whole. Do you care about what you're giving the people in your life? Not just your romantic partner. Are you giving them the best parts of you, or are you giving them what's left over?
I actually appreciate this sentiment because most modern women are going to want a man that keeps himself in shape, relatively fit, just because for them, that's their gravy train. And so you have to be in good health to make sure that you are ready for work, to make sure that I get paid, right? But a lot of times they just do whatever and they make excuses for why they look that way. And the man just has to accept it. So I do appreciate her looking at herself, even though I don't think that she looks terrible, looking at herself and saying, I want to challenge myself. I want to look a little bit better, right? And wherever you are in your journey, it's all about growth. That's what a man values in life, is like looking for a woman that's going to help me build. And if you're not really doing anything but staying stagnant, it's going to be hard for a man to be. I mean, think about the way you think about a man. I don't like no lazy man. I don't like no man that lays up and doesn't do anything. And then you turn around and do it. Like, how much sense does that make?
Dating white men is not going to solve your problem. And this is coming from someone who exclusively dated white boys. It's the same different flavor. You hate black men because the first black man in your life let you down. I get it. I'm the president of Club Daddy Issues. But baby, changing the race that you date ain't gonna change your self-hatred. I mean, let's keep it a buck. If you hate black men as a black woman, you really hate yourself. I've been screwed over by white boys, I've been screwed over by black boys, and regardless of what color it is. You looking for a great white man like there aren't great black men in abundance out here. And if you don't believe that, then you just aren't the woman that you need to be to attract them. Just keeping it real. Maybe you should try working through your trauma, because trust me, ain't nothing better than being married to a good black man. So don't blame black men, blame your trauma.
I'll be trying to tell him that. You gonna switch over, you gonna play hopscotch, and you gonna hop right into the arms of the same man that you've been dealing with. It's gonna spread across races. Maybe the black dude take you to some type of soul food restaurant or something like that and dog you out. Maybe a white man take you to Chili's or something like that, dog you out. Maybe a Hispanic guy take you into a Mexican restaurant, dog you out. Doesn't really matter. You're still getting dogged out in every race, every color, creed, language. You're still getting dogged out. So you need to fix your character and learn to find who is supposed to be with you, who is right for you. And maybe if you yourself are a trash person, you need to fix that too. Imagine that.
If a man texts me and I'm on my way to do any type of woman maintenance, hair, nails, lashes, wax, and I tell you what I'm doing and you don't offer to pay or you just don't send no money, you can really go to him. And you can really lose my number, because I don't know, it just bothers my soul knowing I'm telling you what I'm about to do, and you know it's gonna involve spending some bread and you ain't sending none. Like, leave me alone forever.
No, I'm not doing that. You sound foolish. Just because you're riding in a nice car with your hair nice doesn't mean that you get to sit up here and talk stupid to men. Pay your own bills. Let's see how that works out for you.
I'm going to be aggressive because nobody wants to hear this, because what you want me to say today is actually being a single mother is totally possible. It actually isn't. It was never meant to happen for the human race, number one. Number two, single biggest determiner of whether a mother is a good mother, what do you think it is? This is going to blow your mind when I tell you the answer. Whether they have a supportive partner. The major argument for good dads is actually, can the dad be there for the mom? Because it's like a direct chain is what we see. What you see is that if you've got a father figure, basically, who's supportive to the mother's energy goes towards the children. But the second that she doesn't have that supportive energy, she collapses, is what happened. And then the kids get starved. And we're not actually supposed to be living in a single family household, so it's supposed to be a lot more support towards mom than just dad. But I'm going with standard societal structure. You are a victim of a society that was never meant to work this way.
They got y'all working hard out there. Too hard. They got y'all taking on all the weight, and y'all meant to have some support. Y'all meant to have somebody on your team, but they got you out here thinking that you can do everything. Got you tired, struggling, not taking no breaks, having breakdowns, meltdowns, and think it's okay because there ain't nobody out there to catch you. But if that's what y'all want, then keep at it.